Alright, hello and welcome to the 10th Equestria Daily Community Podcast, hitting the big numbers now. Today we've got with us T6 and wobniaR, and we'll be talking about the My Little Pony movie today. We'll start off with some introductions as always. Spone, do you wanna go and take T6?
Yes. Also, why do you always have to introduce everyone with like their full name?
Why
You
not?
always introduce like Wob, but you can just call him Wob.
I would call them mob from there. At the start, you introduced them with their full names. It's just polite, you know.
I just
So
found it funny how you pronounced it.
You're now Scientist NG.
Yes, I am now scientist
Dash.
No,
NG.
you gotta say
Scientist
scientist
NG
NG
dash.
dash.
It's actually a minus sign, but you know, whatever. That doesn't offend me or anything.
Anyways, hello, T6. Please answer questions that I don't know the answers to. Are you ready?
Yes,
Who is favorite horse?
lightning dust.
Wow, I'm so shocked. How did you get into the fandom?
A friend who's no longer in the fandom introduced me to the show, and thereby the fandom as well.
Man, I'm shocked by these answers. I didn't know these.
Complete surprise.
How did you manage to get onto the EQD Discord?
I was on the EQD discussions for quite some time beforehand, and people mentioned Discord, and I didn't join for a while because I was like, I like it here. But then I joined anyway, and now I am here.
What a great
Not really
answer.
much more to say about it.
All right, now I already know the answers, but you know what? Let's see if you can surprise me. What is your favorite episode?
Probably Wonderbolt's Academy.
I
I mean,
no
for
shock.
overly predictable reasons, but yeah, no, I just like the whole theme of the episode being like a knockoff Top Gun. It's quite funny.
All right. What is your favorite song?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It's the only one I don't know the answer for, so.
Oh, that's it. Razzle Dazzle,
Oh, well, all right.
the spectacle, depending on who you ask.
You have a very strange selection.
That is
for
a weird
songs here.
one.
NG,
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, NG is currently fuming here because you didn't pick like one of his.
That's just a big spectacle.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
People have their choices, NG. It's all right. Not everyone has to be correct.
When you said Razzle
Goddamn
Dazzle,
freedom of choice.
I thought you meant that.
Anyways,
Some
NG,
from the first
we got through
episode.
questions fast, so you can go to Wob. Even though we've asked Wob before, so you better have some unique questions for him.
Yeah, I'll just read the ones we did last time. So Wob, you've been on before. You talked about. What did you talk about?
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. Yep, that was the best topic. That one. That was a good one. We've already asked you the introductory questions, so I'm just going to ask you some different generic ones. Some of these will probably be obvious, but who is your favorite main six character?
That's a tough pick. My favorite, if I had to choose, would be Twilight.
Twilight. Okay, just because she's like closest like Glimmer or something, or
You got
Because
me
it's
there.
not Pinkie.
because
Ooh.
it's not pink. That's
He did it just to hurt you.
he did it just to hurt
Ah.
me.
Pinkie would be my second.
Pinkie would be your second. Okay, that's fine. I can take that. What about your least favorite main six?
I like so many parts of all of them.
Look, you have three
Hmm.
choices that I'll be all right with. Pick one of those.
I'm gonna hurt someone no matter what I say.
Oh, of course.
so,
Accepted losses.
Can I just choose two then?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I would say Rainbow Dash or Applejack.
Oh, man.
Those are some good answers. I like this guy. I like this guy. Those are
I
respectable.
liked one of them, so I can agree.
Wait, which one didn't you like?
I like the apple horse, at least better than like three others.
Alright, that's just weird, but whatever. This will be a surprise to everyone. Who's your favourite secondary character, Wob? So, someone who isn't in the main six but has a prominent role in the show.
I'm assuming we're counting outside of the movie so far.
Yes, all movie-related questions will be momentarily.
Yeah, I guess.
Secondary character would be, this would probably be like a background character, right?
Background, secondary, whatever.
If I say
background, I was gonna mention
will
differently.
kill
but-
me. So I
Yeah,
think
the
I'll
background-
say, how about Maud? She's technically
Alright,
a
well.
support character.
Can we
Maud.
remove? Can we
Oh,
remove
no.
No,
Wob
Maud is
from the
great.
podcast?
Maud is great. For the record, Starlight Glimmer does count as a secondary character.
Ooh.
I don't think she's a primary character at this point, but that's
Would
probably
you?
a whole different discussion of its own
Alright,
caliber.
yeah. Alright, fine. We'll just exclude Glimmer for the sake that you'll just pick her if she was included. So, Maud is fine.
Didn't even pick Lightning Dust. T6 is disappointing.
Lightning Dust is a secondary character. That is true. I forgot about
And is
that.
better than Maud, so I mean,
Ooh.
what a letdown.
No, Maud is a good character. We'll do this on like a Pinkie Pie podcast or something. We can talk about Maud.
Alright,
It's fine.
I'll try and withhold my Maud hating, although it'll still end up on everyone.
It would probably still end up on everyone. Alright.
It's like the fucking signature.
Kind of.
Yes, that and
It's like
shit on
branding.
Science OC.
Well, yeah, Cyan's OC is just, it's made to be shat on.
Yeah, basically. Should
Lead the
we
way.
go with the film questions now?
Yeah.
I
you're
don't
the
have
one
this
that
on here,
is-
but should we talk about
You don't-
favorite film character as well?
I mean, yeah, may as well. Go down the list of film-specific characters.
Alright, well, T6, who is your favorite character, new character that appears in the film?
I already know it's Tempest, so I can
I
answer
mean,
for
yeah, it's probably going to be Tempest. I mean, there's not a huge number to choose from, really.
Not a huge number. There's some good ones in there.
Yeah, no, there's some decent ones, some, in my
Okay
opinion, not so
ones.
decent ones. But yeah, probably Tempest, since
Probably
she by far gets the most actual plot relevancy. And
Plot
development.
relevancy? Is this
I
a
mean,
new
yeah,
movie?
she's actually relevant to the events of the movie. There you go.
Spone's just using his dirty mind, don't worry. Ignore him.
But yeah, it's probably Tempest. Yeah.
What about you, Wob? Who's your favorite new character that appeared in the movie?
It's not Tempest, it's Skystar. I like the addition of the hippogriffs.
Yeah, the hippogriffs. I just keep finding it weird that hippogriffs didn't actually exist before the movie. Like,
Yeah, no, they didn't exist. They didn't exist at all.
yeah, they just.
Just
feel
because they're not in the
so-
show at the time doesn't mean they don't exist, NG. Come on.
You know what I mean? They didn't appear or anything. Like, they are.
Well,
a
what
good
do you
addition.
expect? They're hiding.
They're hiding.
Did you
I've got-
even watch the movie? Come on.
I'm sorry.
Way to let everyone down.
I'll skip these ones. I'll just finish off with. What
I
about
really
your
wanted you
favorite?
to answer. I wanted you to answer the question.
Oh,
Who's your
yeah.
favorite?
Forget we need to ask ourselves. Okay. My favorite would probably be. I didn't give this any thought. Just throwing it on me like that. I am gonna pull the big upset and say Kappa. I like that
Kappa?
dude. I like
I love Kappa.
that dude.
Fucking Twitch emote.
Exactly.
Well, fuck
Fucking
off.
Capper's alright. I'm
He's
gonna
great.
have to go
He's the
with
French dude. He's just suave. Yeah. What about you? What about you?
my favorite is gonna be Fizzle Pop Berry Twist.
She's
Oh
she's a good
boy.
one.
I have to say that one is gonna be my favorite right there. Completely different than Tempest.
Yeah, they're completely
Yep.
different. Tempest is when she's an asshole, and Physical Berry
Exactly.
Twist is when she's firing
Not
fireworks.
an
from her
asshole.
Oh, do I have to
Nice.
retroactively fucking change which one's my favorite then?
No,
No,
you've already
chosen.
committed. It's alright.
Yeah, it's like we
Oh,
take your first
shit.
answer.
Fuck.
So you like the Tempest that like is really angry and edgy and likes capturing Twilight.
The one that likes opening eyes. Yes.
That one's the best one. I love opening my eyes.
Mm.
I do it every morning.
Do you? I wasn't
Nah.
aware.
I just go around with my eyes closed all day. They're
Sure
still
you
closed
don't
to
do
be
it
honest.
every single time after you blink.
Oh my
Or do you
god.
just blink forever? You just the moment you blink, your eyes are closed forever.
I open my eyes fucking thousands of times a day.
Oh, alright, fucking flexing on me, Jesus. What about your favorite song in the movie, T6?
Oh, I'm fucking absolutely open up your eyes.
Open up
Like,
your eyes.
just that is its name, isn't it? It doesn't have like
Yeah,
some
that's
other
his name.
Yeah,
That's his name.
It's open
yeah,
up
no,
here.
definitely. I admit that I'm not really much of a fan of the majority of songs in MLP, but I really like that one. So,
All right, that's pretty good then. If it managed to, what was different about it that made you like it?
um, I don't know. I guess it's the fact that
It has eye-opening in it.
yes,
If that's not an upside, I
possibly.
don't know what is.
I guess it's just like, you know, unless my memory is just completely failing me, it's normally the villains don't get songs that much.
Excuse me, Discord had a song.
I mean,
Didn't
yeah,
he only
but
have a song after he got reformed?
That's it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You're looking too far into it, NG.
And yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's like there's
This
not
day,
really
fucking
an
Arya,
option.
everyone likes that one.
true. Maybe all the villain
I mean,
songs
yeah,
seem
no,
to
I
be the
mean,
good
I
ones.
do
Well,
like that. I mean, yeah, for some reason,
well-liked
a lot
ones.
of the villain song. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way that they tend to do the villains' music is more sinister and heavy.
Very
Maybe that's why
sinister
I
and
like it. I don't
foreboding.
know.
I
But
think it's just what Saki said. T6 likes bad bitches.
fuck,
There,
no.
yeah, there we go.
I
It's the bad
wholeheartedly
bitch song.
deny this,
That's the bad
even
bitch
though it
song.
may appear to be true if you look at the evidence.
What about you, Wob? What's your favorite song in the movie?
I like singing "We Got This Together" and "Off to See the World" to myself the most. But my favorite song compositionally would be "One Small Thing."
Good answer. Good answer. Mine too is also One Small Thing because it's the best
Wait,
song.
what the fuck? Is it One Small Thing like fucking Discord song?
No, One Small Thing is, one small thing doesn't seem like a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's my favorite one as
Which
well.
point in the movie is that at again?
The Water World.
Sequestria.
Oh, that one.
I'm
Yeah,
calling
yeah,
it Water
yeah.
World because Sequestria is dumb.
Sequestria is such a stupid name.
It's awful.
Mount Eris is just objectively better than Sequestria just because of the name.
Oh, I'm thinking Glass of Water is Discord's song, even though he just says like one small thing. Yeah, okay.
He doesn't say one small thing, does he?
I'm pretty sure he does. He just wants, one small thing, and then he like goes off a fucking huge tangent list.
Oh yeah, still a good song though.
Of course.
What are people's thoughts? So that's the introductions done. Unless you got anything you want to throw in there, Spone?
No, I mean, I think that's pretty good.
All right. So what about generally the music in the film? How did it compare to the show, or even like Equestria Girls maybe, since they were the only other films that we've had? Like, did they feel like there were more effort put into them? Did they feel like they were better than the show? I'll throw this to Wob first, since I've been asking T6 first a few times.
I feel the music in the movie is better overall than the music in the show and in Equestria Girls.
You think it just eclipses them?
Absolutely.
It is a direct improvement. There is only up from here, and everything else has been below.
Everything else has been below. What about you two, Six?
I admit to having not really paid that much attention to the ambient music, and as someone who normally doesn't pay that much attention to the songs either, I do still think that the movie did kind of outshine the show and Equestria Girls a bit, but I think that's just the bigger budget showing, really.
Yeah,
Um,
Daniel
Yeah.
had more
if
money.
if I had to be honest, I would say that some of the songs in the movie definitely I feel outshone. Some of them in the movie I felt were kind of like all right, maybe like on with like Equestria Girls quality. But I don't think any of them were like huge stinkers, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, no, there wasn't anything that was like noticeably bad with music.
I actually
Like,
really
None
like.
of them were awful.
Yeah, I actually really liked all of the songs. I think they're all amazing. There's not a single one that I disliked. Not even a single one I thought was, eh. I
There's
did
some
like
that
all
I
of
would
them.
put on like the same quality as ones that I've heard from like Equestria Girls and stuff. I'd be like, yeah, those were also good. But I don't
Maybe.
think any of them were actually awful.
So was this just because the bigger budget. So we've had season 8 since the movie. What did people think of the season 8 songs compared with movie songs? What did they sort of get back to show quality?
Wait, hey, you're gonna have to give us a flashback to season 8 songs.
Like the Cutie Mark Crusader ones in Surf and All Turf.
Ah, I forgot about that one. It's pretty forgettable, to be honest.
That's
Yeah, I
It was
can't really
okay.
remember any of the, of the
yeah. We haven't had
songs.
too many so far, to be honest. But...
And I don't think any of them have been that good because I don't really remember any of them.
All right. Well, I like that one, but it's fine.
I mean, it was fine. It wasn't bad. It's forgettable. Like, there's a ton of songs. It's like, yeah, you hear it. It's okay, but it's not something I'm gonna want to like put on my fucking playlist and play it on repeat.
Oh, it's just the last line. I really enjoyed that, and that kind of.
You just like one line from a song, and that makes
No,
you
the
so
last
happy.
line was just funny, and obviously you got Sweetie Belle being great and like in the better place with Scoot
The
Loose
better
being
place.
trash
Wow,
and edgy.
way to show
because,
your bias
you know,
like
she
that.
just has no parents and stuff. But
Not
fine.
even acknowledging the bias.
Not even there isn't one. It's just
There
objective facts
absolutely
here.
is.
Just objective facts.
Water
Here.
World for the win.
That's disgusting. What about you, Wob? What do you think of season 8 compared with the movie songs?
I I like Surfin' or Turf too, but they changed the singer for Scoots, and I like Maddie's singing better, even though the new singer does sound younger, I guess, which is what they were going for. I think that Maddie is a better singer for Scoots than the new one is.
Okay, but no one listened to Scoot Loose part anyway. It's just a Sweetie Belle that was mad there. But what did you think of it compared with the movie?
I think the movie is better than season 8 at the very least. The song, or rather the seasons with my favorite songs would probably be like 5 to 6, somewhere in 4, somewhere in 3, especially in 3.
Okay, all right, that's fair. All right. So we think the movie songs are generally better. What about the animation? So it's obviously used a different thing. It's using Toon Boom. Completely different look to like the rest of the episode. They've obviously gone back to it as well. What did you think of the animation quality T6? I'm assuming that's something that you could have paid attention to outside.
Oh yeah, no. It's pretty easy to see the difference it makes. Yeah, no, I like the general look. I think maybe the design of the ponies being quite well. I mean, not really super different, but they have a bit of a different look from what we're used to because of the different animation engine. It's a look I quite like, to be honest. Like, it's just kind of different, you know. It's something like, you know, you notice because how long the show's been using Flash, you get used to everything looking the same kind of way.
Yeah.
And then like you get suddenly all this extra detail, you know, like you can see all the. I like what they did with the pony eyes. That's quite a difference. But yeah, again, it's just, you know, I mean, I would
Those are some
put
good
it this
eyes.
way. I would totally not object to the show being done like that. I mean, obviously it's not practical, at least at present, but
Is it more expensive?
I certainly, yeah, because it's more expensive and it's slower.
All
So
right.
it's not really practical for them. From what I've heard anyway, it's not practical for them to do the show in the engine. But I totally wouldn't be objecting if they decided that they were going to, put it that way.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty fair. I think I would actually like to see some of the people we've only seen in the movie in Flash to see what they would look like. Like, we have no idea what Kappa or Skystar or even like Tempest would look like in Flash.
Didn't we see like Queen Novo or whatever?
I don't think we have, no.
Yeah,
Who's
any of
who?
the characters.
Ah, I was gonna say there's one that was in the show, like in that Surf and Turf episode, wasn't there?
Yeah, they introduced Silverstream and her brother Terramar,
So they
and
didn't-
they're relatives of Skystar and Nova.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they just name drop them and then have new people that don't have
There's-
expensive voice
yeah.
actors.
Ah, okay.
That's how you do it. What about you, Wob? What do you think of the animation?
Absolutely better in every single way. As T6 said, I like the change in the eyes, like the little freckles that they added there that make them look a little sparkly. Another detail I like is that they added the ears to make them a little more horsey, where instead of they're like, straight up with that line through it like you see in the show, they have like a curve to them and an inside part. And the last part that I like is well, there's two parts. If you notice in Twilight's design, you can actually see the her horn through the hair as it's supposed to be. While in the Flash puppet for Twilight, it just looks like her hair completely covers her horn and it just sticks out of there.
Yeah, I know what you
I
mean.
don't have an image on.
Are you telling me that the horn doesn't come out of the hair?
Yeah, her horn's attached to her hair.
That's basically my canon. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Like slightly in that screenshot you posted, like it's parting the hair, isn't it? To
It's
either side.
got greater depth. There you go.
Greater depth.
And the last thing I like is their hooves. If you look at their hooves, they're heart-shaped.
They got little
Oh,
hearts.
so they
hooves.
are.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Nah, they do get the little heart hooves.
No, I like that too, actually. Now I notice it. Or, well, now
Uh,
that you bring it to my attention.
It does have, yeah.
I really like the movie animation. I think it's good. I think some of the angles with like the movie animation looks really wonky. But I mean that's same with the show. I really liked the magic when I was rewatching it. Like the magical fucking effect they put on things was pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah, that was good. That's true.
Other than that, yeah, just pretty much what everyone else said. It's better.
Yeah, when
It's
we
also
saw
expensive.
Yeah, when we saw the sea ponies again in Surf and or Turf, you could definitely see the difference and how much better Toon Boom was than the show. Maybe in just that regard. Like I do like the look of the show ponies. I do like the look of the Flash.
Yeah, they don't look bad in Flash. It's just noticeably different.
They're also easier to
It's-
draw, which is nice.
Less detailed,
Yeah.
less shadowing. I really think is the big thing. Is that there's not like a lot of shadowing with like the show.
Yeah, they are
Yeah,
flatter,
that's
which
true.
has got its own charm, but Toon Boom definitely has
Oh,
better
yeah, no,
quality.
definitely. Yeah.
That's what shading does. Shading makes all the difference.
It does. It does.
That's what we've
Shading is
learned
great.
today.
Still don't know how to do that. But that's fine. It's hard. All right. So now that we talked about sort of like general film sort of stuff, we can move on to the characters of the film. So we're just gonna go through the main six and just sort of talk about them individually, and then like branching off from the main six, we'll talk about the characters that were relevant to them. So, for example, like Rarity, Cap would be relevant to her and stuff. So, starting off with Twilight, who probably had the biggest role in the film.
Oh, that's debatable, but all right.
Well, yeah, I guess it is debatable. But you can debate it, you know. That's what we're
Yeah.
here for.
She had a good role.
So, what did people think about Twilight in the film, from everything to the opening to, you know, being an asshole to the hippogriffs to forgiving Tempest and all of that? I'll throw this to T6 to start off with.
No, I think Twilight did pretty good in the movie, generally speaking,
Pretty
except for
good.
the fucking hippogriff thing.
Except for the hippogriff thing. So, where did you think she was good elsewhere?
I think she just generally seemed to, like, you know, she seemed to have a reasonably good understanding and sense of things that were going on. Like, you know, she said to, you know, in the, how do you actually say it? Klugetown?
I
Wait,
don't
what?
know.
You actually know the name of that place?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's spelt with a K. It's a bit of a weird name. I don't know where they got it from.
I didn't even know that place had a name. I just
Oh,
called it
okay,
like
good eye.
Shit Town.
Well, how do you pronounce it? I
that
feel
was
like you would know.
Shittown.
Klugetown.
Klugetown.
But
Okay.
oh yeah, it is Klugetown. Okay, Klugetown then. But yeah, she, like, you know, was telling Pinkie to fucking rein it in, and, you know, we need to not trust Kappa because this town is very clearly full of people who are very, very clearly trying to scam the shit out of each other. Pinkie.
I
But
like it when she yelled at Rainbow Dash.
yeah, no, I think that was a warranted yelling. I just feel like, except for the hippogriffs thing, she just generally maintained a good sense of judgment. I think the thing with the hippogriffs was like, yeah, no, that was not a smart idea, but I think I can understand it in that she's pretty fucking desperate, considering, you know, she's just seen like her mentor's sister, and one of her friends turned into fucking basically stone.
I guess.
So yeah, you can probably understand some desperation on her part. But I think for the most part, she exercised pretty fucking good sense of judgment.
I guess by that point she's probably feeling pretty defeated because like her entire goal was to go find the hippogriffs and get the pearl, and then she got there and they were just like, "Nah, mate, go home." And so
Get the fuck out.
yeah, they were pretty much I guess defeated by that point. So I can understand the desperation, but she just should have had more faith in her friend Pinkie Pie, and using her as a distraction was just dick move. Dick move. Well, what about you? What are your thoughts on Twilight in the movie and her role in it?
I do agree with T6 that she exercised the right judgment for certain calls, but she definitely choked under the pressure of succeeding in this case. She made a pretty bad call there with the sea ponies, and that's one of the central points of conflict in here. If it wasn't for Rainbow Dash, they wouldn't have gotten the the pirates to join their side. They would have just handed them over to the Storm King.
Excuse me, it's not time to defend Rainbow Dash yet.
But she was trying to suggest otherwise, and Rainbow Dash made the right call there, except for the whole rainbow part.
Rainbow Dash made the right call, excuse me. I will debate you on this.
I mean, if we're done with Twilight, we can hop on to Rainbow Dash
No,
now. Unless you
I want to shit on Twilight first.
Go on then, you shit on Twilight.
Actually, I don't have to shit on Twilight. Twilight did good. Even at the part where she, you know, kind of choked and didn't believe in her friends and kind of manipulated them. Yeah, it's a little fucked up, but also I could kind of understand where she's coming from, considering she just wants this fucking problem solved already.
I mean,
still, imagine having to deal with your friends fucking everything up, and then eventually you get to this point and you're like, all right, I'm not letting you guys fuck this up. That's the way that I kind of saw it.
Yeah, I guess.
I think, like, throughout the movie, you can tell that all of them are kind of making calls that are like, what the fuck are you doing?
Twilight's just rethinking her friendship.
Twilight has to save Pinkie falling. She has to yell at Rainbow Dash for being a fucking idiot. Rarity was kind of there. Applejack was kind of there. Fluttershy, I'm not even sure if she was there.
And yeah, that's pretty much something.
Twilight at that point is kind of like, I just need to, I need to solve this problem. It needs to be taken care of. I think like she was just at a breaking point where she wanted the solution.
Yeah. Okay. So.
That's all I
gotta still, she's the princess of friendship. That's literally.
Oh yeah, no, I agree that it could have been obviously handled better, but like I can understand like the frustration building of like needing to take care of the problem.
I guess because it's more than her friends. It's like the fate of the
It's more than
entirety of
it's the fate of everyone. It would be like saying, "Oh, you have 5 friends, but also everyone else is going to like be enslaved if you don't do this."
Yes.
It's easy to say like, "Oh, you should believe in your friends and support them." Like, "Oh, they have a hard test today. You got to really make sure you pat them on the back and tell them that they're going to do a good job."
Honestly, I can understand some of Twilight's frustration in a way with that, because it's like, guys, we're here to save Equestria, not do a song and
We're
dance.
not here to be friends with everyone. We're here to save our people.
Yeah, and when I say do a song and dance, I mean literally do a song and
Literally
dance.
song and dance.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, let's have fun. There's not time for fun. We're trying to save people.
I know. Our rulers may be dead. Can we
Yeah, can we kind of hurry this up because we don't have all day?
That is. I guess that's a fair point, but just still, just using Pinkie Pie, it ain't right.
I agree.
It ain't
I
right.
agree, it's not right, and especially for the show where you're supposed to believe in friends. Yes. But seeing it from her perspective, you can kind of see why she made the choices she made.
You can see why, but still terrible.
I'm not saying it was a good choice, but like it makes sense. It's not something like out of character for her.
No, it's not out of character, but that's just because Twilight isn't all that great and it's overhyped.
Twilight is good, just sometimes the pressure gets to her, and understandably, it's a very pressuring position.
Rainbow Dash actually sung about that, though. I know the world can get you down. Just
Look, this
maybe
is more
if
than
she
the
was
world getting you down. This is the world taking your friends and enslaving them.
that's just a run-of-the-mill day in like Equestria. She should be used to that by now.
You should be used to
Oh
this.
shit,
come
we're
on.
getting invaded again.
No wonder fucking Twilight's under so much stress all the time.
Equestria is the Poland of whatever the name of that planet is.
What
That's
is the
clearly
name of
the
the planet?
answer.
Do we even have a name for it?
Equestria is not the name of
Oh
the
god,
planet.
that's probably a whole different rabbit hole.
I'm gonna call it Rock.
Rock.
Rock, yes.
Alright.
I mean, it's not technically wrong, so you know.
It's just a giant rock.
Alright, we're done with Twilight then?
Oh yeah, I'm done with Twilight. That's good enough for me.
Okay, that's fair enough. We shot on her sufficiently for that garbage she was pulling in Watertown.
Waterland.
Waterland. Yeah, I forgot that's the name. That's the official name.
New official name for Sequestria.
So I guess the going chronologically, Rarity would be next because of all the stuff in Town. So what do people think of Rarity? So Rarity, I'm not biased here, definitely not. But Rarity was, amazing because of the generosity she showed. Like she showed Kappa his first taste of
Kappa.
kindness and generosity, which eventually persuaded him after betraying them because he wasn't too nice at the start, but to help them afterwards. So I'll throw this to Wob firstly. What did you think of Rarity?
I think you're correct in that she didn't really play much of a bigger role in the movie, though. I wish she had more parts, or just more stuff to do other than a few quick whips, like when she was fixing her hair midair as they were dropping to their deaths.
So just funny sort of interjects like Pinkie Pie usually does, but character related.
He had a lot of action.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of that, and that's all Fluttershy had. Fluttershy just said like "yay" 6 times, but that's fine. We'll get on that later. All right, so the bit in Town was basically the only thing she really did.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Right.
Rarity did next to nothing. It was impressive.
Well, they didn't give her any songs or whatever, so just screw
No
that.
songs. She got to fix like a button, and
She
that
sewed
was
a
it.
button on. That's
Woohoo!
that,
And she sewed up his sleeve.
and she sewed
Oh,
on
yeah,
his
and-
sleeve.
and the
That was
sleeve.
about it.
But the thing is, how would they have done without Kappa's help? Probably the same. I don't even know what he did.
Yeah, he
It's
didn't
one of
really
those
do
things
much.
that's like, yeah, it's important and it's a good thing, It's definitely not a bad thing that she won him over. It's just, man, she really didn't do all that much. I mean, it was one important thing, but
Actually, let's
Yeah.
debate the usefulness of what happened there. Did Capper play an important role? I mean, let's like he was going to help them. Turns out didn't really help because Tempest was already there. And then
I mean,
he was going to
kinda
lead them
helped.
away, but then Rainbow Dash fucked that one up. So
Yeah, that's Rainbow Dash's fault,
Ca-
though.
Capper's help there wasn't really helpful. Later on in the movie, he uses Spike as a flamethrower. That's about it, really.
That was funny, though.
Yeah,
That
he
was funny.
uses Spike to commit war crimes.
Yeah, and he
Yeah, I'll
literally
give
kills
him that, it
someone.
was
Someone
Yeah.
literally dies.
Someone actually died.
Actually, for real, dies.
Yeah, like you see them getting engulfed in flames. Like they get set on fire, then they fall down, and then the flames just completely eclipse them, and they just stop moving. So,
Yeah, probably dead.
or
I mean,
sent to
it's like-
Princess Celestia. Either way.
But that's alright
safe
because
to
Capper
assume
killed
death.
someone, so it's okay. None of the
Yeah,
horses
no,
killed anyone.
no. He didn't kill someone. Spike killed him. All he was doing was holding Spike.
The Spike was the tool.
Yeah,
Spike is the tool to be used.
Spike is the murder weapon. We
And
need a
guns don't kill
equestrian
people.
Cluedo now.
People do.
Exactly.
doesn't
So
kill
Capper,
people,
Capper
Kappa
did the
does.
killing there.
So Kappa with one of the few actual killings in My Little Pony. That is something special.
Oh,
See?
and yeah.
If it wasn't for
Curtis
Rarity,
just pointed out in
sorry.
voice that he did help with them getting into Canterlot in the cake,
Well, kind of.
which was
I'm not gonna say that it's a crazy smart idea, but
no, but
he helped
it,
a little.
he helped. It would have been less convincing without him. Put it that way.
Yeah, he's a hustler. He put his tools to good use.
Yeah,
All right.
He's not a very convincing person to me.
we were talking about Rarity, weren't we?
We were
Yes.
talking about Rarity, but then it went into Capper and saying
Yeah,
how
no,
you
it's
Capper
kind
is.
of like there's not much to say about Rarity, so it just kind of leaks into other things.
Nah, I
Well,
mean that's
basically, I
kind
was
of what I was
just trying to
planning as well.
justify. I was just justifying that Rarity's act, the one thing that she did, wasn't all that helpful.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean it was like
Still more than some characters, though.
Alright, that's fair. I can agree with that. It's okay. It's alright. I'll take it. I'll take it. I did realize though that I forgot to talk about Tempest from Twilight, so that was my bad. Just
Wow.
the, you know,
Just
the
completely
the
skip over Tempest.
biggest villain in the show. That's fine.
Who's Tempest again? Never heard of her.
So obviously, Twilight was one of the princesses that Tempest was going after, and in the end, Twilight, I don't know what the word is, converted Tempest back to friendship and stuff.
I don't really think that it was so much Twilight, like converting her more so than like the Storm King just betraying her and her being like, well, fuck, now what?
Yeah, that is also.
I don't think it was
like-
like fully on Twilight there. It's like, yeah, she kind of got fucked over because like up until the end, she's even asking him like, hey, look, I did everything you wanted. Are you gonna help me? And it's like, no, fuck you. So at that point, the next logical step is, well, fuck you. I am now friends with your enemy.
Yeah. So.
yeah, it's true.
Twilight did a little bit of help, obviously, by talking with her, but it seemed more like Tempest made this choice logically, more so than Twilight just being like, hey, let's be friends.
I mean, Twilight didn't tell her to go fuck herself or something. after
Exactly, and as
being
long as
an
you don't do
enemy.
that, like, you're already better than the Storm King.
Yeah.
That's true.
Better options for friends,
What about you? What was your thoughts on Tempest? Anything on Tempest? So, like, her role as a villain, her backstory with the whole Ursa Major pawn breaking thing, or Ursa Minor, I forgot what that was. Relationship with the Storm King, getting turned good, all the good stuff.
I guess she could have been more evil.
More evil?
That's probably the start.
Why do you think she could have been more evil?
That's the point, actually. Mm.
She didn't go far enough in a lot of her methods to really be like a deadly threat.
There was no
from what
genocide.
that's my opinion. Yeah.
No
That's one
genocide. Not evil enough.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, because now I look back at it, it's just kind of like she was just his lackey, basically.
Boy,
I mean,
you
no,
wanna
she
know-
obviously was his lackey, but like, she didn't have that old scary role. It was just, aha, I'm just gonna be that lackey who's always one step behind the heroes because.
All right, I've got explaining to do for that. One, they have the Storm King to be the big evil bad guy. He's the one who is supposed to be like the person that's big bad evil. Tempest is not even meant to be the big bad evil. Tempest is just meant to be the one who gets betrayed and like converts. Like for the role of the movie, they could have gotten rid of the Storm King and then made Tempest the big bad, but then they would have a hard time reforming the big bad without looking like doing it like they've done 9 million times before.
So it was a different reformation than has been done.
Basically, she wasn't bad to begin with, is my reasoning. Like, she's only doing it to, like, get her horn back. She wasn't necessarily a bad person.
Yeah.
She didn't want to kill people. She didn't want to do all this stuff. She just wanted her freaking horn back. She wanted her magic.
Something to talk about, though. She was willing to attack Equestria and, like, possibly, like, freeze the princesses into rock forever.
Yeah, but she didn't want to kill
purely
anyone.
after a horn. And I'm not taking issue with that. I'm not taking umbrage with that as a motivation. That makes sense. It's more just the fact that it kind of goes out the window all of a sudden at the end. It's like, yeah, no, you got betrayed. That sucks, man. But it's like, now you're nice.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have anything else to
I'm
do.
not objecting to it. It just feels like a very sudden change of heart, considering she chased,
It's kind of
6
like,
ponies and a dragon to theoretically near the ends of the earth.
it's kind of like she had a goal, She wanted her horn back, and she had a lie to work off of that she would get it at the end. And, without that, like, I think she just kind of went back to, like, well, this is my life now, so maybe I should be friends with the people who are being nice to me and extending,
that also
kindness.
works. She just got up and accepted it.
Pretty much. It's like, it's like, don't mess with a person who has nothing left to lose. Like, at that point, she had really nothing left to lose, so.
Yeah.
She just, went at the Storm King and saved their lives,
No, that
and in
makes
return,
sense.
they did not kill her or let her die.
What about like her backstory? Does her backstory
Oh,
relevantly
boy.
explain how she's acted in the movie?
I read the books on her backstory, and it could have used more details because it ends right where they go back to Mount Eris. Well, Tempest and the little gremlin thing go to Mount Eris and basically drive
Grubber.
them into the sea. Yeah, Grubber. And she, at that time, when the hippogriffs were still there, she still wasn't like as big bad as she is in the movie. But it there's like a time skip in between there that they don't really explain because she just didn't seem that bad. I think it was also in the comics as well. And I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just that she didn't seem evil according to her backstory, but she acts a lot more evil in the movie than she is.
Okay, so the movie just kind of jumps the gun, sort of, and just gets a bit more severe than it really should have?
Yeah.
Not could have, because it fits well, but it doesn't explain it properly. Just like, you're evil because you are.
There's also the newer comic that came out that has Tempest going around Equestria and stuff. I'm not going to spoil that too much, but...
Yeah, don't spoil the comics because none of us read them.
Someone might read them. We've got
I'm convinced people don't read the comics. People say they read the comics. I think they're just lying to us.
I want to read
it's
them,
like to get
but
their
it's just
headcanon.
effort.
It's just headcanon, and people say,
It's
"Oh,
just
it's
a
in the
pain
comics."
collecting.
People say it's in the comics whenever they have something they want to believe. They're just like, "Oh no, it's in the comics. You have to read them," but nobody actually does. So it's just an excuse.
I think honestly, like Tempest's backstory, it's like, no, I'll accept that the comics do a much better job of explaining it.
Because you can go
I
into
think-
more detail than the movie did because they
Yeah,
had
I
the time
think,
allotted.
yeah, relatively speaking, it's just practical for the movie because, I mean, I know this was going to be used as an excuse at some point in this, but it's a kids' movie. They've got to fit it into 90 minutes, or else the little tykes will get up and run around, pump full V numbers or something.
Excuse me,
so,
little tyke.
you know.
This movie is not meant for little tykes. It's meant for men aged like 15 to, I don't even know the oldest people in this fandom. but it's
Young,
alarming.
fine,
We got
hyperactive
users
young
35.
gentlemen. But yeah, I
No,
just
there's
feel
people
like,
older than 35. I can tell you that.
I feel like it was just they didn't have time to do anything else. Children would understand the logic of why Tempest was unhappy about losing her horn.
Yeah.
So
made it
they
easy.
just left it at what it was. Yeah, they just made it easy and simple for younger people.
And if you're keeping it to like just contained to the movie, because that's all I know, and if you try to like bring it back to the comics, I will just not understand anything. But if you keep it to the movie like aspect of things, it's like, oh, she's with friends, she break horn because she's trying to like help her friends, and then like her friends don't want to play with her anymore. Like that's understandable because then you hold a grudge and then you're angry about it and you just want your horn back because nobody treated you the same because you lost it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's also
It-
weird
it's
how
just-
horns act once they're broken. Like, they just emit lightning and fireworks and
Becomes a taser.
becomes a taser, yes. Broken horns turn into tasers. That's...
No way to hone in that magic. It's just raw magic.
Raw magic is literally just
And
a
as we
taser.
all know, raw magic is how they power Equestria.
Exactly. We did talk about the Storm King a little bit, though. Do we want to talk more about that, or is he just... He isn't much of
He
anything, really.
was
He's just a big bad.
A disappointment, mostly because he just didn't have a lot of screen time, because they don't have enough screen time for all the people that they wanted to show. Even as is, most of the main six didn't even get much of a role.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
something I do want to talk relevant to him. Well, apart from the fact that he wasn't really, he was only kind of like last minute shoved in, like, oh, look how evil he is. He's fucking with the sun and moon.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like that kind of relevant to him because he was one half of it. The whole Skype scene joke, oh, I didn't like that.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That
was
just,
cringy.
I mean, I know people, it's like, more immersion, but that was just fucking like, oh.
It was
Okay, I
cringe.
get you're trying to be funny, and it is kind of funny, but it's like, why?
It wasn't that bad.
I don't
I'd
know.
like to
it's
point
just,
out that they did better than a Marvel movie that made a "What are those" joke.
yeah,
So-
it's just like movies when they try to incorporate jokes and
Meta
stuff
humor
always
into
seem to
them.
be like at least 3 years out of date.
Unless you're watching
know,
Deadpool. Deadpool, they have it.
No, Deadpool is the exception, it seems. But
A lot of
yeah,
movies
no,
do
it's
have
just
it.
kind of
There
like,
is a couple relevant
Skype
jokes.
joke, connection, old people can't find the fucking camera.
Haha.
It's like, it is kind of funny, but it's like,
For
wow,
kids,
this is
it's funny.
really... Yeah, no, for kids it's funny. It is a reasonably funny joke. It just felt really jarring because there weren't really any other scenes that were like super comedy like that.
Yeah.
Nah, there wasn't too many funny moments in this film. There were some.
Yeah,
mostly with
there
Pinkie
was
Pie.
there were light-hearted moments, but there weren't moments of complete like open piss-taking or references like that one.
Yeah.
It just felt a little bit out of place. Not that it was in and of itself a bad scene. It just, it was just
It
like,
did feel out
whoa,
of
where did
place.
this come from?
Yeah, it did feel
Yeah.
out of place. Especially between the two bad guys and like Tempest, remaining keeping her cool, but then the big bad acting like kind of stupid. It was a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wob did just mention that he like fucking died.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. He
That was
fucking
good.
died.
He got fucking he fucking died.
He became rock, and then he became pebble, and then he became dust.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you
that's-
see they have like his fucking head in the credits. It's like, oh.
But then he dies, so it's okay.
Yeah, his eyes do move slightly in that credit scene.
But then he dies. But then he dies.
But then he dies. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, you could speculate that he isn't dead, but I've become. Pretty
I'm gonna go
convinced
off
that
of
he's
like
just
looking
dead.
at the credits. I don't think the credits actually count for anything like canon.
Dude,
Anything happening in those credits is not even like it's all the little like not stick pony, but like the very minimalist pointy
Starlight
pony
Glimmer.
design.
um,
Starlight was actually in the movie.
Yeah,
So-
I know.
She did make it
Yeah.
in for a whole 1-2 seconds.
Yeah, I
maybe.
was just like, fucking, hey, kids, this character isn't really that much in merchandising, and you might not know her unless you watch the TV show, so we're just going to kind of shove her in the corner. That's a whole different discussion, though. I shouldn't start that one.
and Trixie was in there as well, firing on the rockets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of rockets, when are they going to be selling that little like toy
They started
stand
shipping it.
statue thing? Ah,
Yeah,
I
they
don't
started
know.
shipping it.
I don't think we
'cause
can get in the
people were
UK.
like, holy fuck, where is it?
It's just sad. It's
can't
funny
get
how
their
everyone loves
bayonets.
it.
Sucks to be you.
I know it does suck to be me. It does. I won't deny that.
So yeah, Storm King garbage is what we've learned.
Yeah, he was one of the worst villains of the show. Have there
He just had no time. He was bad, and he was just supposed to be evil, but he
time he
wasn't
did
really
have
evil.
was garbage. The time he
He
did
didn't
have
do
was
anything
garbage.
with his power aside from move the sun
Yeah, like,
up and
aha,
down.
I am big kid, pretty much.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
like a little kid was told to like describe a bully on the playground, and that's what they may use to make like the Storm King.
Yeah, I think if they'd have tied him more to his army and what the hell his army was doing, like
No, we don't
making
need
a
another
fucking mess and
We
enslaving
don't need
everyone.
a Sombra, please.
Yeah, like
Crystals,
I
and then he
mean-
dies.
yeah. But the thing is that if he'd have been like attached more to what the fuck is like, if you'd have seen him walking around Canterlot, like taking joy in all the enslaved ponies and like, bossing his troops around, he might have seemed a bit more evil. Just my thoughts.
Possibly.
Yeah, he does not seem like some guy that is enslaved and ruling like literally every other place that isn't Equestria.
Yeah,
He doesn't seem like
Yeah,
that's
it was
the
just kind of like Tempest and this army that is ostensibly under the Storm King, but also just feels like it's commanded by Tempest. I mean, she's literally called Commander Tempest. He just feels like a lazy, no good king who just sits on his throne and expects everything to be handed to him.
I don't know how the
Yes,
fuck he got
yeah.
into power or maintains his power, because he's not like exerting any force on anyone.
Yeah. Did the comics say anything about that, Wob? Since you're probably a little bit better informed with the comics, I don't know.
They don't. By the time the Storm King and Grubber are introduced, he's already in power. Tempest is just introduced. The comics mostly follow Tempest, or rather, the backstory follows Tempest as she goes around Equestria to different parts, just trying to find like work and places to stay. And she goes through some hardships, and she eventually encounters Grubber and fights off some of the Storm King's soldiers. And then he invites her to, join the Storm King. Maybe he'll be able to restore your horn. And she's like, well, I've got nothing better to do, and I'm pretty desperate, so I will join you, sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does it have Storm King acting very evil in it? Like he's not in power, but does he actually do anything that's actually evil?
No, he just acts as a how do I describe it? Not really an antagonist, but he makes false promises to her, and he threatens her subtly, not really subtly, but basically says if you don't do your thing as the commander, maybe something bad will happen to you.
Maybe.
Or I'll just fucking die once I interact with Equestria Defense Force or whatever the fuck they are.
It doesn't make any direct threats, which is why it's like, where are the high stakes in the movie? Someone's got to make some death threats before something gets serious.
No.
Yeah.
It's
I guess
kids
it's
movie,
like,
Wob, come on.
Yeah, I guess it's more like realistic in the sense that like someone ruling in that way wouldn't like outrightly say, "Oh, I will kill you." They would make that sort of like mafia-esque, like sideways threat.
Mafia-esque mucking up.
God damn it.
You better do this.
But yeah, it just kind of makes it feel a bit insincere.
You're not gonna like what happens, see?
I am.
Are we just talking about this in lieu of talking about Fluttershy because there's nothing to talk about with her?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to Fluttershy at the end
Yeah.
because it's literally going to be like 1 minute.
Fluttershy is gonna be at the she's gonna be at the bottom because she's right above useless.
I am wondering though, did
Mhm.
anyone ever die in the show? Like, because there were kind of
Yeah, I
two
mean
deaths in
they've
the.
hinted at it. There's been a funeral in the show.
Who was the funeral for?
No clue. I just know that there was the old pony, like he was like a pastor, and then like there was a funeral thing going on.
But did anyone
I don't
actually ever
remember
get
what
like
episode,
killed?
but it's a CMC episode. I don't remember which one.
It's from the first Hearts and Hooves Day episode.
There you go.
I don't
Wob's got
think
my
they've
back.
shown anyone directly being killed on screen, and I doubt they ever will, to be honest.
No,
They
it's
put
just
Tank in a
kind
hole
of-
in the ground.
Oh yeah, no, he hibernated. Bone. He
Yeah,
hibernated.
he's hibernating. He's hibernating.
I mean,
I put the fish in the toilet. It's going to go hibernate now. It's never going to come back.
we talked about it last time,
Jesus
didn't we?
Christ.
Did Tank
Yeah,
actually
we were
come back?
talking. We were just talking about how, Tank did come back, but
Oh,
we were
he did,
saying
he did.
that what if like Tank was actually going to die and like Fluttershy knew, and it's like well, he's just going to hibernate, and they just put him away
Yeah.
It's okay,
Never
Rainbow.
seen again.
because Rainbow has no idea how animals work at all.
No.
Feeding Tank literal whole pies.
She just knows about rainbows and fast, and that's it.
Hey, speaking of Rainbow Dash,
Speaking of Rainbow Dash, so she got the the trust and converted Captain Celaeno. What you say it?
Yep, Celaeno. That's the one.
Celaeno. Yeah, back to the anti-Storm King side. They turned them back into pirates because recruiting pirates is always a good thing. She then fucked everything up with the Sonic Rain Boom. And I don't really know what else she did.
proceeded to do nothing.
Yeah, she kicked some people in the face in Canterlot once they went back there, but that's about it. What did you think of Rainbow Dash in the movie? What did you think? Oh, Rainbow Dash was one of your least favorites anyway, wasn't it? So yeah, what did you think of her in the movie? It should be fun.
She done goofed.
She done goofed. That's a nice way of putting it.
She done.
That's probably just the best way of putting it. But she helped out by recruiting the pirates, which is sort of not a good thing, but it helped out in the end. But the whole rainbow thing was a bad idea, and that was a big goof. Ouch, oof.
Ouch, owie, my
My
movie.
Rain Boom.
My movie.
Other than that, she just acted like her normal self.
Which is
It's by
bad.
garbage.
Probably.
Hmm.
All right.
Acted usual
Interpret
self.
what you want to from this.
Yeah.
She did do. She was pretty bad. Anyway. Why would she even think that was a good idea? Like,
Because she's awesome and cool and fast.
just like, oh my god, I made some new friends. Look at what I can do. Like, there was no relevance to this rain boom. It didn't do anything. It was of no benefit. She just did it for visual aesthetics and to look cool, which then just fucked
Yeah,
them
I don't know
over.
if it's supposed to be a play on her character of just getting fucking super carried away.
To play on
Could
her
be.
character not being able
Yeah.
to
Maybe-
smash two brain cells together.
I have a lot of opinions about this scene. Now I think
I think
about it.
Hello?
Everyone has opinions on the scene because it's just it shows everything about Rainbow Dash that people don't want to admit.
The main overarching thing is I feel that because Rainbow Dash didn't really do much prior to or after this one scene, it kind of feels like they were getting to late in the movie's well, not production, but they're getting late into the movie's scripts, and they were like, shit, everybody knows who Rainbow Dash is, even the kids, because she's kind of the mascot of MLP. whether
Even
she
the
likes
people
it or
who
not.
don't watch it.
Shit, we really need to write a scene that's all about her. Because I feel like that adequately explains the very sudden, holy shit, now Rainbow Dash is relevant, and then suddenly, holy shit, now Rainbow Dash isn't relevant.
I'd also like to
Um,
point out that nobody selected her song as their favorite, which means that she was mediocre even in the song era.
The song was good though. I like the song.
Yeah, but it wasn't your
Okay.
I
favorite.
can't remember the song.
Irrelevant.
It wouldn't be
Um,
my least favorite.
What was the
It's
other
not
thing
your
I was
favorite.
going to say? Also, yeah, goddamn fantasy children's show interpretation of pirates.
What?
No, those are adventurers, not pirates. They don't steal people's shit. Okay?
Look, you want to see some real pirates in an animated film? Go watch Treasure Planet.
Yeah, no, that's true. Those are some real pirates.
Dude, Treasure Planet, underrated movie. Everyone needs to watch.
I mean, yeah, even the fucking Captain Celaeno and herself, like, and her crew say, fucking, we prefer the term, what was it, like, swashbuckling and treasure hunters or something?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, so they're just adventurers, not actually
Yeah,
pirates.
they acknowledge that they're not pirates. There you go. Happy?
Goddamn Rainbow Dash convincing people to be criminals.
Fucking Rainbow Dash making people criminals. They were doing well underneath the freaking regime of the Storm King, and then here she comes, gets their ship destroyed. I mean, could she do anything worse?
How did they
Yeah,
survive the
thinking-
fall from the ship? Like,
They're birds. Come on.
yeah, but what about like
Huh?
fucking Kappa and that?
He's a cat. He lands on his feet. It's fine.
Kappa was on their ship. No, hang on, fuck.
No, Tempest
I'm
left her on the pirate ship. When...
Magical bullshit, I guess.
Look, all I can say is that cats always land on their feet, so he's fine, and the other ones are birds.
That's a fall from like 800 or 900 meters up in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
fine.
he's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. He's
We'll
a
just
cat.
gloss over that.
They just did a nice. They just did a nice dive into the water. Like, were they
He's
even
smart.
above
He probably
water?
made like a parachute. He's fine.
Yeah, no, thinking of which, I like how fantasy films and kids shows and stuff treat diving into the water from a ridiculous height as completely normal and okay.
Oh
Not like it
man,
would turn you into a fucking pate instantly.
I almost forgot. Twilight actually had another thing that I thought was pretty neat. I really like how she just made a hot air balloon out of fucking like nowhere.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was pretty neat. Like,
That was great. I mean,
mean-
completely unrealistic, but like smart
yeah,
thing.
no.
Good job.
And
Yeah,
she
it was
waited for a bit
completely
too. She...
improbable, but it was
I mean, half you guys could
like,
fly.
look at,
so
look
you
at
could be able
smart
to just,
horse go, basically. Look at smart horse do the smarts.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ardy or Fluttershy didn't do anything here. They just...
Well, I mean, Fluttershy's garbage, so we know why. Rainbow Dash is also garbage, so didn't think about saving anyone.
Yeah. If they just literally took one person each, carried one person each,
Yeah, no.
would have been fine.
Loyalty is something Rainbow Dash has difficulty with, and Fluttershy just didn't want to appear in the movie, so.
Yeah.
Who,
That's basically it.
Who else were we talking about? Fucking Pinkie
Rainbow.
Pie. That was
I mean,
it.
we were talking about Rainbow Dash, but we mean,
Yeah.
we can.
Well, we can throw it to the Captain Celaeno first, since kind of
Yeah.
relevant to Rainbow Dash.
Captain Bird.
Captain Bird. What did people think of her? She was like a bit bad and then a bit good, and then they helped them out in the
Yeah.
end again. It was
She was an
alright.
okay character.
I actually liked her character. Like, I don't sound like I do right now, but she was a fun character to have, and she was entertaining in the last bit as well. And she had a good singing voice. Her role in Rainbow Dash's song was good. I liked her. I like her singing actress. There wasn't too much else to it though. Like she was kind of there, but she didn't do much. Kind of the same as Capra, I guess. He was there, but didn't really help too much in the end. But like all of them together probably helped.
She was there for plot convenience.
I was gonna mention that I feel like her and her crew switching back to being adventurers, even if it was by Rainbow Dash's singing, it does feel like they do make it feel like they're not happy being under the Storm King, and that they do have a valid reason to not want to just keep basically being like a cargo ship for him. It feels like they're pretty pissed off with it because they basically have to eat the equivalent of mud. Which, for the record, it genuinely did look like some sort of mud.
Birdseed and like pudding or custard or whatever they said it was.
Yeah.
No. All the characters made a point of saying how fucking disgusting it looked. So.
And then Rarity was just like, "So what's for dessert?" After an empty plate, implying she fucking ate it all.
Yeah.
That was entertaining, especially because it was fucking Rarity. Yeah. So I guess
Bird Captain didn't do much. Like,
I feel like
cool design. Neat little plot point. That is about it.
What did you think
I feel
of?
like. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. What did you think of Bird Captain? You haven't said much on her yet.
Bird Captain. She didn't play much, but for the role that she had, I liked her. She got to do stuff. She got to talk with Rainbow Dash. She got to sing a little bit too. I like that part.
The singing bit was the best part. Talking with Rainbow Dash, I'd say that's more of a negative than a positive. Like, oh fuck, I had to talk with Rainbow Dash today. But that's fine. I understand that.
I have to interact with that horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to sum up what I think by saying they integrated the crew and Celaeno well enough into the script that they felt at least somewhat relevant and not just like they were excuses for more merchandise. Put it that way.
Yeah, true. I'm guessing, that pirate ship is probably something you can buy somewhere, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Man. Okay.
Hasbro probably like, haha, look how many fucking pirate ships we can make now.
We actually need to take an aside for a second. Some of the things in Toon Boom when they were like animated, like the airships, they look like garbage. They look like absolutely
the fucking
awful.
CGI things, yeah.
Yeah, like the fucking airships. There's like some statues that I saw that looked pretty garbo. They looked like they were straight out of like Source Filmmaker. Yeah, it wasn't really pretty. A lot of the movie looked really good, but some of the things, like especially if you look at the backgrounds and stuff, it's kind of
I was gonna say it's probably the stuff around the edges that they had less time and less money to bother with, so they're just like, just slap it together. Nobody will actually pause and look at this. It's okay.
Yeah, so that stuff was a little kind of nasty looking, but overall very nice looking. I just felt like that had to be pointed out because there was some pretty nasty looking stuff.
Yeah,
I still remember the memes of the airship when it was like first shown.
Oh, what, the bits with the inflatable?
No, people.
balloon
Yeah, people were just fucking making memes out of it, saying like straight out of fucking whatever. It's bad. Like they look really bad. They look better in the movie, but they still don't look great.
Yeah.
All right. What about? I guess we can move on to Pinkie Pie now.
I guess, yeah. Pinkie, just the best character.
Best character in the film, easily. Like, no doubt about it. If anyone disagrees with that, they're just objectively wrong. They just have bad opinions. That's fine. So she managed to convert like the hippogriffs towards the good side, which was
literally all of the hippogriffs.
Yeah, literally.
Which was much more impressive than Rainbow Dash because Rainbow Dash converted like 4 people.
Yeah, and like Pinkie Pie converted an entire fucking race.
Literally converted the entirety of a race.
And like in about like 2 or 3 minutes as well. I guess Rainbow Dash did it in 2 or 3 minutes as well. They just both did it with a song. Song's OP.
Songs are too powerful in Equestria. what we've learned. You have a problem, just saying it, it'll be solved.
She also did have some funny moments in the film, such as always being excited. I think one posted a screen cap of her just going insane, just killing someone with
I
cupcakes.
wanted to talk about that scene. The
alright.
cupcake scene.
Yeah.
That was actually like abruptly slightly dark because that was pretty fucking overtly referencing an actual fucking firing squad.
Yes,
like with
and
the
blood.
fucking storm guard, like fucking just getting splattered in the cupcakes and like clawing at the wall and sliding down it. That was like, holy shit! This is pretty fucking over reference of a firing squad.
Firing squad, for kids.
For kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cupcakes, obviously, and
It's
like
cupcakes,
all these little kids have played Fortnite. They know how to gun someone down. Come on,
I know,
Those
but
kids
it's
play-
just in Fortnite you just like
little
fucking
school shooters
ragdoll.
we're making. It'll be
In
fun.
this, it was like the guy was actually like fucking clawing at the wall and sliding down it.
Oh, I mean,
presumably to his
obviously
fucking
they don't
sugary
care.
death.
Because one of them also got lit on fire and died laying on the ground
No,
and
one
engulfed
of
in
them got
flames.
fucking war crimed.
So,
So-
the movie was trying to get a little dark at the end there for the more mature audience.
Yeah. Thinking of the storm guards just for a moment, they're just basically fucking stormtroopers. They don't actually do shit. They're just like there to get abused. by
They're
the
there to
crew,
get beat
pretty
up.
much.
Yeah, I mean, if they did do something, then they were fucked, basically. They couldn't have
Yeah, I
done
mean,
anything.
all you see is them just like leading captured ponies and oh, look how menacing we are. And then when it actually comes to fucking fighting or anything, they get fucking shown up by, basically everyone.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Literally everyone. Like, even the Spike, which is saying... Even Fluttershy, which is...
Okay, Fluttershy was nice, though.
Fluttershy was funny. That was like her one
When
good
we
scene in the
talk,
film.
that's the only
Yeah.
thing Fluttershy did, and you know what? That was still better. It's better than fucking things up like Twilight or Rainbow Dash.
I know, thinking of which with Pinkie, I've made a few comments about her being sort of like stuck in the second in charge role.
Yeah.
Dude, she
go on
fits
then.
that
You
role
mean
so
that.
well, though.
It just feels a bit odd. It's like,
So
I don't
what do
know
you mean
why.
by her being a
I just-
second in command? Why do you think she was second in command?
well, I mean, she was like the one. I mean, well, the principal example at least was kind of like, oh, she's leading the criticism against Twilight after she fucked with the hippogriffs.
I mean, to be fair, that was kind of Pinkie Pie, like, solving the problem. Like, look, we're making friends. I'm singing the
I can
song. And
understand
then
why,
they fuck it up
but then,
because Twilight even, like, told Pinkie Pie, like, yeah, go do that, So, I mean, I think Pinkie was also upset with the fact that Twilight also fucked over her plan to, like, win them over. It'd be like,
Yeah,
what
no,
the fuck?
it's
I had this under
understandable.
control.
But then it's also like she gets quite a lot of focus in the movie. Like
You're damn
just-
right.
I mean, I'm not talking like constant scenes where she's saving the day and stuff. She just seems to like the movie focuses on how she reacts to things quite often. Like when they're falling out of the airship, and she's like
Yeah.
screaming, and then haha, it's actually really fun. It's like
I think also,
like isolated incidents like that are okay. It's just it feels like quite often there are a lot that focus on how Pinkie Pie is
But that's
reacting.
that's the same
I
with the
just-
show as
yeah, I
well.
mean-
Like, she always has a lot of breaks and things. Like, even... Like, there are a lot of examples where Pinkie Pie has, like, a break in the show for comedic effect. Like, in Fight the Bats... Oh, the song's just called Bats. Like, when they
Scare
like,
the
scroll
kids,
the
like holy shit, they're not gonna fall to their fucking death.
Yeah.
It just felt like it. I don't know. I think the reason it just made me think of it that way was because it just felt like they were doing it more than normal. I guess.
just because
I
it's
mean,
a
yeah,
very long episode. It'd be like a normal episode, but like there's just more instances of it
Yeah,
because it's a long.
I was gonna say I can't really provide any evidence beyond like these couple of few incidents, but yeah,
I think it's good for Pinkie because like even in the show she's been shown to be a very caring and like understanding character, and I don't see any downsides with her.
Oh yeah, no, I'm happy that they demonstrated that. Haha, she's not just basically a lunatic.
Yeah, she's not just haha comedic
Just
effect, but she
happy-go-lucky.
actually, yeah, she's optimistic, but she also believes in her friends. Yeah, and that was a
Yeah.
good point there at the end. Is like when she's yelling at Twilight, it's like you could have just believed in your friend.
Yeah, I do like it when they show Pinkie Pie like not having extreme emotions to one end of the scale because it's a good reminder that she
Whenever
isn't
you
just
get dialed
fucking
back
comedy
to
relief. Yeah,
real time Pinkie.
yeah.
Yeah, she does have her good breaks, but she's also capable of being a serious character with good qualities as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cares about everyone. Did you see? Like, I really like the episode. I forget which one it is, but like they go into like Pinkie Pie's basement for like planning stuff or whatever, and they're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, I forgot
She
what that
actually
was.
prepares all this stuff, and it's one for like a birthday for someone. I don't
Yeah,
remember
no,
what it
she's
was.
actually like that. It just implies that she's actually possibly as much of a methodical planner as Twilight is.
I think
She's a
she
planner,
is.
but it also shows that she cares. You know, she's like she goes
Yeah,
through all of this
she takes
effort.
it seriously.
Yeah,
She's a.
she puts effort into being a good friend.
Yeah.
What about you, Wob? Do you wanna talk about how great Pinkie Pie is as well?
She's very good. She's a very good pony.
She's a very good pony. Almost better than Starlight, some would say.
Almost better than
Oh.
Starlight.
Ooh.
She's been around longer than Starlight. That's already terms for like.
Yeah, that's
being
already
better.
tapped for it. It's fine. It's fine.
Starlight might get there one day if they kill off Pinkie and then like move Starlight in.
Starlight is now just the new.
No, they'll just kill off every character in the show, and it just becomes the Starlight show.
The Starlight Show, starring Starlight Glimmer.
Rude.
Uh,
But yeah, she also does have a lot of silly moments where she does also kind of semi-fuck things up. Like, she's too loud in the town where she's just shouting like, "Hey everyone, do you know where the queen of the hippos are?" And like Twilight's just like, "We need to make a low rap," and then, but I guess that's just her being like too trusting in friendship, maybe.
That's just her being overly extending with her friendliness.
Yeah.
But that is
Yeah.
still character fitting, and it's not like life ruining like
Yeah, I
Rainbow
think-
Dash for some reason doing the Sonic Rainboom for no goddamn reason.
Yeah. There's also
think
the.
it- I think it-
Sorry. Yeah. Carry on.
No, I was just gonna say I think it fits with her character, but also provides like light comedy relief. It's like, oh, she went and did the thing that she was not.
She did the thing you're not
you know?
supposed to do.
You know, for
But you
younger
didn't fuck
people,
things
that's
over
funny,
completely.
but yeah, she didn't break anything by doing it.
There was also the moment where like they were climbing across the airship rope to get to the airship from Kluge Town, and then she just fucking jumps on the fucking rope and like knocks everyone off and almost dies.
But she doesn't knock
Yeah.
everyone off. She only knocks herself off.
But other people were on it as well, wasn't there? The people
Oh,
that
yeah,
were on
they
it
were
could
on it.
fly.
Yeah, they just.
So
That was an error in judgment on her part, but I didn't think it was like a sign of stupidity or a sign of anything. I think it was just like, hey, I'm just being Pinkie Pie, and I just happened to accidentally not think about the consequences of this. Whoops.
yeah, she just wanted to have fun. I'm surprised that
Yeah.
Twilight was the one that saved her rather than Rainbow Dash. I feel like Rainbow Dash would have
Yeah,
been.
Rainbow Dash
Yeah,
has
fucking Rainbow Dash dropped
she
the
has
ball there.
issues with loyalty.
She does have some issues with loyalty. Just like, oh fuck, my friend's dying. I'll just let like the shit flyer who's like had wings for about a year solve this one. I'll just
Twilight, you
Yeah.
got that? Yeah, you got that.
like it doesn't hurt to have two people trying to fix this thing, but you know.
Nah. The one who
Whatever.
can actually do a Sonic Rainboom and proves it later when it's not useful.
Oh dear.
Yes. What about? I guess from Pinkie Pie we can talk about Skystar now.
Skystar is a good water horse
You're up,
thing.
Wob.
Yep. Well, Skystar. I don't even need to introduce her. Do you want to talk about how great Skystar is?
Very great. Where do I begin? First
There's
of all,
a
she's
lot
the
to
best
say.
hippogriff. She's the equivalent of Pinkie Pie, pretty much.
She is the equivalent of
she
Pinkie
had-
Pie. I do love it.
She also
I
had a
love
great
the
song,
dynamic between those two.
and she likes shells a lot, maybe a little too much.
Shelley and Sheldon were good characters that I thought brought a lot to the film.
Absolutely agree.
As I said, for someone who's been overly critical of like the little gangy things, I did actually find the two clam shells quite funny.
Yeah, it's basically Pinkie Pie, but she never really had an opportunity to have friends. But
Yeah.
without being insane. So she's even more so excited to have friends, which, like, meeting Pinkie Pie is probably, like, the best person she could have met.
Yeah, I really like her character. However, I kept like for some reason when I was watching the movie, I would get like twinges of like cringe from watching her, mostly because she reminds me of like a lol XD rar so random kind of person at times. Just because of how quirky like they made her. They made her like quirky to the point where it's like kind of awkward to be around.
I guess I can sort of see what you mean by that one.
Especially
but-
like with the shells. Like I thought it was funny, like they got like the little shells, yeah, but also it's like it's a little kind of like they're trying to make it's like those people that you've met. Have you ever met a person where they're just trying too hard to be like that random kind of look how cool and weird I am. I'm unique. It's like you're a little too weird at that point.
I
found
think
her
in the
hard to
context of the
be-
film, it fits.
Yeah. I found her hard to be related to. And that's also a good point, like with the fucking in the show, the stairs thing. It's just
Fucking
like
stairs, man.
it's trying to make the characters like too far detached from being relatable. It's kind of like I see that you're going for humor there, but it's a little cringy and kind of like
Well, yeah, and surely they would know what
it's-
stairs are by that point anyway, because they fucking
Yeah, it's-
recolonized Mount Eris, which is on a fucking mountain. And
It
just had
has
a ramp
stairs that
up.
they walk up.
They just have
There
a
are
ramp
stairs
up.
that they walked up to get to Mount Eris, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they pointedly complain about how many fucking stairs there are, or Rarity does rather. That was
Yeah.
There was a lot of stairs up. It was up a whole fucking mountain. So
Yeah. Sometimes the gags that they put in to their humor is like it goes a little far and it's like it's kind of funny, but also it's a little awkward.
I still liked it.
Yeah,
Saying that,
no,
I did
it's-
still like it a lot.
Yeah, I liked her
it's not
character.
bad.
I like the happy characters who are like,
oh yeah, no, it's better than like
Optimistic.
being an absolute fucking misery, definitely.
So, Skystar is good hippogriff.
agreed. A little quirky and a little kind of like cringy to watch sometimes, but overall good.
I
I've
think
just noticed how they also put together normal pony teeth as well as beaks. I've
Oh,
never noticed
yeah.
that before. I've never noticed that before.
They gave them beaks, but also teeth. Yeah, it's a strange dynamic.
I've never noticed that before. I mean, it looks okay, like looking at it. It doesn't actually
it
look
doesn't look
problematic.
terrible.
I've just never noticed it.
yeah. I feel like if I look at this for too long, I'm just gonna find it weird. So I'm just gonna look
Yeah,
away.
it's just because when I click off of Discord, that GIF freezes just on her, like baring her teeth. I've never
Oh
noticed
fuck,
that.
does it? Oh shit! Oh god, that is a
Yeah.
creepy still. That is a creepy still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never noticed the fact that they have teeth and beaks.
I might
yeah.
overlay this on the
Um,
podcast just so people can fucking see this when they watch it.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually going to change my answer. I forgot about Skystar when I said best favorite character from the film. I'm going to say Skystar over Kappa. Like, Kappa's cool and all, but Skystar is basically a Pinkie
Previous
Pie, so,
event.
like, yeah.
So yes.
Hippogriff Pinkie Pie, why not? Why not? I guess we're kind of running out of the decent characters now, so next
Let's go to
is
the not decent characters.
Fluttershy
I mean, we did talk
approaches.
about
Applejack.
we did talk about
Next.
Rarity, so I mean, decent characters. We've had some bad ones mixed.
Spone.
Ugh.
Like, Rarity is a fucking...
I meant bad for the movie. I'm not shitting on Rarity yet. I'm saving that
Alright.
one for later.
Alright, that's fine. I still think she was decent in the movie.
She was okay. She didn't
Had a
fuck
gag or
anything up,
two.
and for that, I'll give her that.
And I believe in the power of generosity. She helped. I liked how she reformed Kappa. I like how she did it.
Well, she sewed a button onto his jacket. Whoa!
She
You
showed
did something
him
nice.
that-
Literally, if any of them did something nice for Capper, he probably would have had the same like revelation.
Maybe, but if Rainbow Dash was just like, yeah, I'm awesome, look at me, then Kappa would probably just been like, you know what, I was gonna fucking just let them take you, but I'm just gonna like sedate you first, because fuck off.
But you gave me a button, so you know what.
You gave and like when they're flying away and then he noticed the like the fixed sleeve and he was just like, wait, like these are decent people, I probably shouldn't do this.
Wait, they gave me a button. Not they're decent people, it's the button. That's the deciding factor.
But the button showed that they were decent people. Like,
I mean, I feel like them just being nice in general could have helped.
I know, but like if you were like walking down the street and then your bag ripped and all your stuff fell out and then I don't know, for some reason she carries a sewing kit, but some random guy is like, oh wait, I've got a sewing kit with me, I can just
I'd be
fix
more
that up for you.
concerned, like, if someone was carrying a sewing kit and decided to fix my shit on the fly, just, oh, hey.
Just
Let me
it'll
get
be a
that
nice
coin.
gesture, like just like, oh hey, I just came back from my shop. Or I don't know. This sounds like a really weird fucking sign. When you take scenarios from MLP out into the real world, it's kind of weird. But you know what
Yeah.
I'm going
I
for.
do agree. I do agree though. Like the button was good, and Rarity did a good thing, and she didn't fuck anything up. So for that, good character for the movie.
From Rarity though, what about Applejack? What did she do? I
What? Applejack was in this movie?
apparently I think I remember her.
She
She had
threw
some.
she threw a rope onto the airship as it was going away.
That was
Yeah,
something
it
she
was
did.
kind of like she didn't do anything stupid, but she didn't really get her time to shine either. So it's just kind of like, she's just there playing the occasional typical role that she usually does, which is just the straight man. So
I'm Applejack. I have to be honest all the time. And then she says something, and it's like, you didn't have to say that. It's like, yeah, but I'm honest. It's like, okay.
What were the honest
yeah,
moments in the movie?
Yeah, the thing she said, like, she didn't say anything that was wrong. She just stated what was going on, and she just played I'm reasonably intelligent. I know what's going on. I'm going to tell you guys what's going on if you don't, if I think that you
I'm
don't
for
know
the
what's
person
going
who
on.
has no social
Yeah.
awareness so that you can keep track of the movie.
Yeah.
I
pretty
mean,
much.
I did like the bit on the granite beach where she was just like, he's just talking about us guys, but it's it's like one line.
Oh yeah. When Kappa
Yeah.
was that was funny. I also actually liked her hat mechanics. I don't know how you say that, but hat mechanics
Hat
and fucking
mechanics.
in
Mechanics.
Sequestria.
Is that like a new video game thing, like hat
Do we need
mechanic?
Do we need to?
Are we
hack-
playing Mario Odyssey now?
Do I need to update my MLP to get these new hat physics?
Yeah, you need to update for new hats. They added new hats.
Is this Team Fortress 2?
Yeah. It's Mario Odyssey and Team Fortress 2 put together.
Nice.
Applejack MLP movie.
Come on, it was funny how the hat just sort of like followed her around. Don't know why it
Dude,
follows her around. It's like probably
I
some
love that in the
weird
show
ass
in
magical
general.
bit. Yeah.
In the show in
Yeah.
general, like the hat will always end up with her, like whenever stuff gets messed
You
up.
know what it's like? It's like Indiana Jones's hat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No matter what happens, it will always get back to him somehow. It's like just one of those ongoing motifs.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I really like the idea of a hat that always, just no matter what happens to it, always ends up surviving and always ends up back in the owner's hands. It's quite funny in a way.
And oh boy, better give that to Applejack because she doesn't have much else going for her.
Yeah, Applejack.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've just realized we've talked more about Applejack's hat.
we talked more
by
about
that
her hat.
than we have about her.
We could, who here thinks Applejack's hat is better than Applejack?
I mean,
I think it's, I don't think it's particularly far below her as a character.
better, maybe not, but like on par with, possibly. Does it make her character?
We will
I like
shit on
Applejack.
AJ.
Applejack
Yeah, no,
is
no, I definitely do like Applejack, yeah.
just in the movie, she didn't have much going on.
Yeah.
But
they just, for whatever reason, didn't give her much.
Yeah, I absolutely do love Applejack. She is like my third favorite out of all of them. So, she is a good horse.
Third favorite is pretty high up, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's above the middle mark.
Yeah, that's upper middle.
Well, what about you? You had Applejack as another one of your possibly least favorites. Can you think of a moment she was actually decent in the movie as a challenge?
Yeah, my favorite part from Applejack in the movie is the part where she was serving cider and they were talking to her and she was like, "Yeah, I was raised in a barn where she was like, I wasn't raised in a barn, but I spent most of my time there," or something like that.
Oh yeah, like I wasn't raised in a
That's pretty
barn.
good.
I just live in one and spent most of my formative years in one. And yeah, I know what you mean. That was a good joke. I did laugh at that. That was
It is
actually a
It
good
also
one.
canonically makes no sense because the Apple family do have a house. They don't live in the barn.
It's a barn house.
It's a barn house, yeah. It's fine.
Remember Racist Barn?
Racist barn, racist barn. That's a yeah.
She spends a lot of time in the Racist Barn.
Racist barn.
It wasn't the barn she spent her formative years in though, since that got destroyed. That's fine. She also,
yes,
is like
before I forget-
enabling
before
Rainbow
I
Dash's
forget-
alcoholism. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Angie, you're not allowed to sing.
I'm not allowed to sing.
Yeah, you sang a little bit. Just a reminder.
I can sing when I want, mate. You can't stop me. Unless someone tells me
You
to sing.
can dance if you want to. That's about it.
Yeah, if someone tells me to sing, I'll probably get too nervous to actually sing. So that's the real way to go around this. Just say, "Hey,
Perfect.
NG, you should sing," and then
NG,
I
you
won't.
should sing.
No, fuck you.
All right, good. Glad we solved the problem. Anyways, enabling alcoholism.
Yes, enabling alcoholism.
I don't think she's enabling, more so than like she's just, she makes the cider and then Rainbow Dash is just an alcoholic and takes advantage of that.
Yep, that's pretty
Yeah,
much it.
no. Rainbow
It's
Dash
like
is
enabling, but she
wrong,
enables
but-
everyone, and Rainbow Dash is just taking advantage of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you're not. It's not your fault if you own a bar and people get
Exactly.
addicted to alcohol.
Yeah,
Chicken
you don't
lions.
blame the bar owner for enabling people.
Yeah, there's goddamn
Yeah,
breweries enabling
Is this
alcoholism.
person visibly intoxicated? Okay, I'm not selling them anymore.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash doesn't look visibly intoxicated. She's just
Oh boy,
always
I
kind
wonder
of
what the
lacking a few brain
equestrian
cells,
age
so it's
of
hard to tell.
consent is.
Well, okay.
For alcohol consumption, I assume he's talking about.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was gonna
fucked
say,
up.
what is Rainbow Dash doing now?
Shit!
I mean,
fucked it up.
you do some
No,
stupid
yeah.
things when you're wasted, right?
I don't want Scootaloo to deal with this. Stop.
It's not cider, it's asterisk juice.
It's asterisk juice.
It's a juice. Yeah, it's not cider. Well, I mean, in the movie they said cider, didn't they?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just because the only reason that exists is because cider in Europe is almost always alcoholic, and they're like, the fuck, this is like a show for 7-year-olds. Why is one
Why are
of the
they
main
drinking
characters
alcohol?
effectively addicted to alcohol?
Just that
So-
that apple juice is too good.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it just gets changed.
In
I mean,
the
it makes
movie,
sense,
so in the movie they said cider, I believe, but maybe they translated it for like people not in America.
yeah. They might have just recorded a second line with
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash's voice actor or whatever, or Applejack's voice actor, and then just
Yeah.
dubbed over it.
I mean, I've
I
actually
don't know.
never
Or
seen it
Or
on
maybe
TV.
maybe
so-
they didn't, and then yeah, they just ignored it just for the movie.
Say, yeah. In America land, most definitely, I'm pretty sure they said cider in the movie, so they probably just had a different
Oh yeah,
one.
no, they definitely say cider in the movie. Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen the American versions anyway, either through Netflix. Or...
Yeah, I don't even know if there is like a
Netflix.
non-American version.
Quote unquote.
Differences
I
or
watched
anything.
it very legally, I swear.
Well, I mean, the
Very
show I've watched
legally.
legally, but you know, the
Oh.
movie maybe not so much.
A movie I definitely
Mm.
watched legally and saw it live at a movie theater in my own home.
Live at a movie theater. Who actually watched it in a movie theater? Who actually went to see it in a movie theater?
I
I did.
didn't.
Wobb's raising his
Oh.
hand. How was that, Wob? Did you enjoy that?
I did. It was a very small movie theater, but it had really, really comfy seats.
How did it
Oh,
feel
man.
being surrounded by toddlers
seats.
while you were watching it?
There weren't toddlers. There was like
What?
there was one dad and his little daughter, and then the rest were young adults. About a mix of
Man.
male and female.
I'm sorry. The whole time when you were watching, was it people making jokes and like fangasming?
No, not at all. That happened when I went to watch Equestria Girls and the theaters
Oh.
around here.
Oh,
There were
well,
like there was like these NYC brony groups that apparently went to watch the movie at the same time, and they had a bunch of loud people in it.
I forgot that you were fucking in New York, so you have like super populated fucking area for movies.
Yep.
Oh, God,
Meaning that you
fucking-
also probably
yeah.
encounter way more bronies than most people would ever meet.
I don't really see them on the streets unless it's like a
You
convention.
don't see them on this. Can you tell when you see them on the streets? Like you see one and like your fucking detector goes off. You're like, yep, that's one.
I saw someone with a Pinkie Pie plush on their head in the subway.
That's not weird at all. I have actually seen an individual before. They were like walking into a restaurant. They had like a fucking plushie, like a small one on like a keychain, like around their neck. It was really weird.
The only other way I
Goodness.
see
I
people
know.
or recognize them is if they wear like a brony t-shirt. But you don't usually see that unless there's like a con going on or something.
Yeah, I imagine when I go to
Yeah.
GalaCon, there's going to be a bunch of people wearing like merch around the place.
You're gonna be really embarrassed.
Nah, I won't.
Can you speak German?
Can you?
No, but that's fine.
Good
Okay.
luck.
Ah,
You
I've
get
been
this.
told that they speak some English.
You've got this.
We've got this.
together.
Stop. See,
Immediate regret.
You knew I was going to do it. You're just enabling me. Okay, what about what about Fluttershy? Getting back to the thing. So we've talked about useless
What about
characters.
Fluttershy?
Oh, there isn't anything about Fluttershy.
So I don't actually know the number here. How many words did Fluttershy say during the film?
Most of them happened towards the end when she was consoling the
That was funny though.
Okay.
That
We
one
already mentioned
storm
So that was
about,
good.
yeah.
I liked that, and for that one scene, I will say that she's a positive character. Other than that, she did like nothing.
So therefore,
Just
we can
said
say
yay
she
a
is a
few
net
times.
positive character because she had basically no other scenes.
Yeah, it's like saying you have, she starts off at 0, and then
Plus
there's a
1.
lot of 0 throughout the movie, and then like she gets like plus 0.5 at the end. So technically,
Yeah.
it's a positive, but
Yeah, she just got completely fucking sidelined.
yeah, it's
There's
like they
no two
forgot
ways
to put her in
about
the
it.
movie. Like they were doing the movie, and then they're like, wait, we only have 5. Where's the 6th one?
Yeah, we need this moving yellow shape. In
Where's the
every
yellow?
scene.
It's almost like
Where's the yellow one?
Isn't it like, is it fucking Don somewhere who did like the mentally advanced series with like Fluttershy never being relevant?
Maybe
Oh,
I've
yeah,
actually
that.
seen that yet. I really need to see that.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like Fluttershy's just never relevant. That's kind of how the movie felt. It's just like, oh hi, I'm here, guys. And it's like, yep.
I
Yeah,
did-
except that she didn't even say "I'm here, hello guys." Because
Hi,
yeah,
yellow
she's
quiet,
a
and
quiet
then
character.
into the
She's-
background you go.
Yeah, it's just like she's just one of the other conglomerations of shapes that is animated to move on the screen along with the others.
Yeah, Fluttershy only had like 3 lines.
I
That's
quickly
pretty
searched the transcript of the MLP movie online and searched for Fluttershy's lines. I was
Mhm.
surprised when there's 31 results, but then I looked through them. Fluttershy, whoa, yay,
Whoa!
oh,
Yeah, it's like singular
Oh.
reactions.
oh my,
Oh, beautiful.
squeaks. There's literally just brackets
Squeaks.
That's
squeaks.
not even a line. That's just a noise.
Brackets sobs.
So,
These are oh my goodness, shivers. These
instrumental music intensifies.
yells. I can't look. Ooh, again, these are some ghost town. These are some great fucking lines right here. This is
Wilhelm scream.
this is Fluttershy being very useless in the
This is Fluttershy doing nothing.
No.
Well,
oh, there's
alright.
some more.
Yeah, it's discussion over. We've
Yeah,
run out of things.
I don't
say
got much to
about
talk
it.
about for Fluttershy.
Yep,
She-
that's Fluttershy there. Well done, guys. We talked
Yeah.
about Fluttershy. We did it.
Yeah, that's about it. I liked her style in the movie, but I liked everyone's style in the movie.
Yeah, everyone's
so.
style in the movie was great.
Yeah.
I liked her voice actor, but also her voice actor didn't do much voice work for her. So,
No, didn't. Well,
Yeah,
Pinkie
really?
Pie though, yeah, Pinkie Pie, yeah. Fluttershy, no.
Pinkie Pie, yeah, Fluttershy, yeah. So the voice actor had a prominent role, just not Fluttershy.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Well, rest in peace, Fluttershy.
Yeah, that's
We'll remember you
pretty
when you
much
become
it.
relevant again.
Wob, you got some crazy Fluttershy things to throw out here, or pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same. Just
Yeah.
all right. Well, we did it, guys. Well done.
We're not done. We're not done yet, though.
We're not done
I
yet.
was I
That
was
is-
thinking that I might say something about the environments in the movie and the new locations, perhaps. Because
Yeah.
that was a pretty major selling point of the movie. Was wow, look, we're going beyond Equestria.
Yeah, I really like that. They even weren't they doing that with was it season 7 where they were like supposed to do the world expanding? It's like
Yeah, and it's kind of
look,
like they
you
did
get
a
to
bit.
go all these different
but
places. Yeah,
they
like,
played it
they did
safe.
pretty good. Like they went to
Yeah.
Las Pegasus. They did like some of the other outside areas. It was kind of nice to see like the dragon
Yeah,
fucking
no,
lands and shit.
yeah. I was happy to see Las Pegasus in it, especially actually. But yeah, I feel like they did a good job with the environments in the movie.
I would agree.
Because I wouldn't classify myself as especially over it, but I very much like seeing pretty environments in the show, like well done environments. Like as much as I
You
like,
must be
the
loving
characters,
these new seasons that
but-
you haven't watched then.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, how far are you into
Gotta-
it? How far are you
like-
into T6?
Not far enough.
Yeah, if you get into the more recent seasons, like they actually do a really good job with like the backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah,
compared to the
I know
early
that
seasons.
they get way better with the backgrounds in recent series.
Like they made a comparison between like Zikora's place, like they made like a recent one when Zikora's place was relevant versus like when it first showed up, and like it looks way nicer.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I wasn't too much of a fan of the visuals of Cluj
Town,
Cluj
Cluj Town,
something.
However you want to say it.
Town. There we
Cluggy,
go.
Cluggy Town.
Yeah, Cluggy. We'll call it Cluggy. Just why not? But yeah, that place, that was probably the one place in the movie that I wasn't too much a fan of the visuals.
I liked it.
It
It reminded me of like Slums, and it was great because they did a good job with like that aesthetic. It's almost like the Aladdin movie.
yeah,
Like if you watch Aladdin, I was like, man,
aesthetic was completely on point. It was just,
I
I'm
thought
not sure if I really like the environment type. Mount Eris was, that was great. Mount Eris was super pretty. I really liked the way it was done. Improbable land formation, yes, but it was pretty. It was good. And Sequestria, I mean, there's not too much to say about it environment-wise because under the fucking ocean. But no, it was what was there was pretty as well. My absolute favorite environment in the entire movie, though, was probably like the least relevant one. Was Granite Beach. Granite Beach was great. I really liked it. The way it was like had the hexagonal rocks.
I liked the
Giant's
beach.
Causeway. Yeah, no, I mean just as an environment, like it was really.
Do those? Yeah, no, I agree,
the
but
dark sand and everything. It was all really good looking. I really liked it.
Is the freaking are those hexagonal rocks like actual things that occur?
Yeah. They're real things. Like the most thing they're known. Well, the place that they're best known for is the Giant's Causeway in Ireland, which it's
like
basically just it's a type of basalt that comes out of volcanoes, and then when it cools in a certain way, it forms giant hexagonal crystals of itself.
Nice.
So and then you just get this really cool looking effect that they decided to put in the movie, and they did a really good job of putting in the movie.
That Mount Eris is a volcano.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it's basalt. Basalt pretty much only comes out of volcanoes if it's on the surface. So.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Speaking of which, though, what was everyone's favorite location from the movie? I don't think we did that, did we?
I mean, I would say Mount Eris, except for Mount Eris in the movie kind of sucked ass.
Yeah. I said this before. I think in our DMs. I think it's, Mount Eris and Harmonizing Heights was a great. I could see the potential for what it could be, and based on that and the visions it conjured in my head relating to like season 8, episode 6, which I imagined it exactly as it would be. Obviously, it was some great place. It's a great place to be, and I can see why Sweetie Belle loved it so much.
Yeah, I just remembered actually. Yeah, someone reminded me in the chat. Canterlot got a redesign. I both did and did not like that.
Oh yeah, Camelot was definitely designed differently.
I liked the design that it actually has the town. It's not just the goddamn castle.
It's not just castle.
The town is there.
It did have the town before though, like when they went.
Yeah, I know, but it felt like it was more expansive. It wasn't like the castle.
It actually felt way smaller.
City.
Like in all the different episodes.
I mean,
we've
yeah,
seen
no,
with
it did
Canterlot,
in a
they've
way.
Done so much things.
I mean, the opening intro is obviously the best section of that, and it feels like it has a bit more depth. I'm about to get real nitpicky. I didn't like the width of the entrance bridge. It was too narrow for a city, especially a capital city.
They're small horses. They get a small bridge.
Where was the railway station in it? I can't remember. The one thing that I didn't like was how they added that really, really big bowl-shaped extension, which just felt like we need a flat place to have shit happen. So we're just going to stick this.
You are correct. I'll give you that one. That was a little off-putting because it's just a huge flat area with nothing, and it's like
it really visibly sticks out of the side of Canterlot. And I mean, I know this is like a super minor, super irrelevant thing, but it was like, holy shit! I don't think this is actually here in the show. Where did this come from? And I'm pretty sure it was just we need a flat as fuck area to
We
put
needed a
everything
place
that
for
happens
the
in
airship to
Canterlot
land.
on. So yeah, and then we need a place for fucking Songbird Serenade to have a.
I don't actually
know,
remember
comp.
I don't know which like round bit you're talking about. I didn't notice it.
If you rewatch the movie, you'll definitely see it.
Yeah, no, they tried to keep it in style with the Canterlot thing of like graceful curves and stuff.
Even if you
But
go
it
up,
just,
I
it
think
just
you'll find
makes
it
the city.
more.
It just makes the city stick like half as further again out of the mountain. And it just looks a bit odd.
Here you go,
yeah.
NG. I'll give you an image so that you can understand kind of what he's talking about.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, it's it definitely stands out, and it's like that. It's not normally there. But
Oh, that sort of thing. Yeah.
yeah, just big ol' area where it's like stuff happens here.
I do like
Yeah,
what
no,
Sophie said
it's-
though. Like
yeah.
the big shots are always interesting. Like I don't think it was too show accurate, I guess I'd say, but it was interesting nonetheless to see it.
Oh yeah, and it matched the style. It didn't stand out. It was just kind of like different.
Speaking of that intro though, like fucking I cringed at that. I cringe at the intro every time. I
Oh
don't like
come
it.
on.
Like, oh
There
my
was no
god, there
intro
must
song.
be ponies here from everywhere, and we almost couldn't get a stable. And it was just like, oh my
There
god, like
was
your horses, I get it. Like just
your horses.
Yeah, you
Fucking
live in a
stop.
house. Yeah, look, there's the image Wob posted.
Yeah.
You see
Wob
the
got it.
outermost bowl? That was the one. You might have to show this on the stream so that you have some people have some context of what
yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking about.
I'll do
The
that.
You have
one
two-
that's sticking outermost,
Two
it
images
just
now.
it looks too far. That said, the waterfall is fucking beautiful, and so is
Yes.
the mountain. The
They
mountain
did a
isn't just
very-
a fucking hump. It's
I-
got detail. It's great.
I've not talked about it yet, but like if we're talking about environments, the water in the movie is really
Oh
well
god,
done.
yeah. The water is beautiful in the movie. It's
Like,
not just
especially
a
when they first fall
glass
into the
pane.
water off of the bridge, I was like, man, that's some nice looking water.
Yeah, no, they did a great job with the environments of the movie, especially the water. Yeah,
They did
for the
really
most
good with
part.
water. Like a lot of animation stuff has issues doing water, and when water looks nice, you're like, damn, that's some nice looking.
Oh yeah,
water.
no, it shouldn't be undervalued. Water is one of the hardest things to animate convincingly, from what I understand, in cartoons and movies.
And
So they
video
did a
games, man. Just
goddamn great
everything.
job.
Water is a pain in the ass. Liquid physics.
Yeah,
Water is
yeah, and
hard.
just because of the way it bends light and stuff, it's
Water's
yeah.
hard. Confirmed.
Man, I think the fact that I have a lot of interest in the areas and backgrounds and regions of the show kind of like really came
It's
out of it
really
there.
in the movie. It's pretty, you know. They did a very good job with most things in the movie.
Yeah, like
Some
I have
stuff-
I have a really deep interest in the locations and like areas of the show. So yeah,
You should get that like big map as a poster on your wall.
yeah, no, I love looking at maps.
You need to get the map, and then you need to expand upon it yourself, and just like keep drawing outwards.
Oh yeah, no, I have my own fucking like shitty headcanon Equestria shape and stuff. You know, fucking
Equestria is actually flat.
yeah. Well, you know, it's not actually been disproven, but
Yeah, it could
the
perfectly well be
no,
flat,
actually-
considering they move the
no,
sun.
thinking
and the
about
moon.
it, the design of the map pretty much explicitly implies that it's curved because the as you get to the top of Equestria's map, it curves down to level.
Ah, that's silly.
Yeah, and as you can see, it fade into like the north. It gets flat, and you can see icebergs and stuff. It's
No,
really
That's-
interesting.
they designed it
design.
that way.
Yeah,
It's actually flat, and they
Goddamn.
move the sun and the moon around it, so it's a flat plane.
Oh yeah, no, I just ignore the fact that they can move heavenly bodies. I've accepted that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just like really small and really close. Like they don't have to be as
Yeah,
far
maybe
away.
maybe the sun is really tiny and really close to the flat plane.
Yeah.
They don't move the sun; they just move
Yeah,
the
or
earth.
they just move the planet. But then also, yeah, thinking of that in the
Yeah, that's
movie, you know, with the fucking
that was talking
whatever the name of the goddamn stick was.
The
Yeah,
what?
he just kind of, you know, the staff, whatever it was called, because it had a name.
Oh.
I can't remember the name of
Yeah,
the staff.
Oh,
the
hey,
staff.
come on, you gotta know the
Yeah,
stuff.
and the Storm King just, you know, points it up and down. It's like, whoa, look, it's day and night. And
Sakarnas,
it's
that's
like,
it. Yeah.
Staff
okay, I
of
guess this is a
bananas.
way that, like, should be impressively powerful, but you've just basically demonstrated that, yes, you have Lunar and Celestia's power in a stick.
Wait, what if he had like Cadence's power in the stick, right? Like technically he should have
Oh my
Cadence's.
god.
What does that mean?
He can.
That's That's honestly possibly more terrifying than being able to move heavenly bodies.
We talked about before.
Warm.
He can raise the sun. He can raise the love in the morning now.
He raised the love in the morning. Yes.
Oh, speaking of which, looking at that map that just got posted in chat.
You can't keep referencing images because you're going to make
I know, I'm
NG's job
sorry,
so
no,
difficult.
Yeah, this is
just
getting a
the
paper out, so that's fine.
expanded movie map for Equestria. They didn't visit the fucking the place between Granite Beach, which is at the bottom of Equestria, and then there's the deserts in Cluj Town, which is slightly above that. There's
Yes.
like a marshy area with like big dark clouds.
Yes.
Never visited that.
They flew over it.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
fly over it,
that
yeah.
probably would have been cool, but
What the fuck is the size of that horn on that narwhal down south? What the fuck?
yeah, no, it's just a fucking that's a
It's Celestia's distant relative.
So let's
Also,
just-
yeah, it's kind of like another thing off the maps is that they kind of shoehorned in like, hey, look, there's this little island at the bottom where the Storm King lives, the Storm King's realm, and it's like, man, you should have expanded on this. It could have been really cool.
What's the area down the southwest?
Southwest.
Desert.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's just like there's rocky cliff. Oh no, hang on, that has a name. The one, what? The one with the
The lightning and
like.
stuff, yeah.
Oh no, the lightning. That island, that's the Storm King's realm. That's where he supposedly came from. I think do the comics mention that? Wob? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's-
I'm just. Yeah, I feel like I'm just using you as comic consultant. I don't mean to do that, but I know that you have a better knowledge of it.
Yeah, that's basically where it came from. They don't go into detail about the details of, so to speak, of where he came from, how it is there, and stuff like that. But that's where him and all his henchmen stuff come from. That's about as much as they expanded on it.
Okay, they just
It's a
shoved it
real
in for good
tiny
measure.
island, isn't it?
It is a pretty tiny island. It's about as big as, like, about twice the size of Ponyville, according to the map. But the map probably is not
I
very
mean, yeah,
accurate
obviously
with
the
that.
map's a bit exaggerated,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah.
Alright, fair enough. It doesn't have any names on it, does it? This is the blank version.
Yeah, no, there is a fully named version that someone's made, and
Yeah. It's a
Pretty,
nice map, though. It is a nice map.
interesting. But yeah, no, I got to say that they do a great job with the I mean, I guess it's what you call supplementary materials to the show. It's always really well done.
I'd like to point out, they do a very good job with naming locations. However, they really fucked it up with Sequestria. That's all I have to add there.
Yeah,
Sequestria's
no,
terrible name.
Sequestria,
You mean
that was just
Watertown.
God damn it. movie.
Doing so well,
Celaeno.
and then they named it like Sequestria, and it's just a disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's
terrible
there's like alternate names for it or something that are just better.
Yeah, like Waterworld.
even that.
Anyways,
Do you prefer
that's all I have to say for
Waterworld
that.
or Land?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I feel like I've just massively overdone the length of the environments in the movie compared
You
with
made
every
us
other topic.
It's
talk
fine.
about
It's,
locations in
yeah.
movie.
I
it's
have
something
to-
that I'm quite interested in.
Timestamp would just be easy. Just find the start of it. Just write
T6 is
environment and
rambling
locations,
about.
and then
Yeah.
Environment.
skip 20 minutes, and then easy day. Easy days. There's one last thing I wanted to talk about. The useless side characters. So the princesses did fuck all. The Wonderbolts did fuck
As
all.
usual.
Discord did fuck all.
As usual.
Discord doesn't exist. Don't worry.
It was.
He only exists when he wants to exist.
I know Discord
mean, I
did
can
kind of
underst-
exist in the weird like balloon that Pinkie Pie made.
I mean,
was
yeah,
just-
unless
yeah.
Discord is just like, pulling the fucking god tier intelligence of, haha, I'm enjoying this chaos and I know they'll solve it anyway, so I'm just gonna, have some
Probably.
fun and leave them to it.
Fluttershy was never in danger because she wasn't even there, so that's why he wasn't like worried.
That's why I don't care.
Yeah.
Easy days. Easy days.
But yeah,
Um,
princesses did nothing because they had to be written out because they're too powerful. So they got written out.
Yeah,
Wonderbolts didn't
haha,
even
we're not
exist.
karate proof. Don't worry.
Wonderbolts, I'm still convinced, are only for like entertainment value. They don't actually do anything useful.
Yeah, I think they're just like showy military. Yeah, they're just kind of like, haha. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They can fly and show off, but like I really think that they're more akin to like you know, just a stunt group compared to like actually a defense force because they don't defend
Yeah, I
shit.
mean, they just every single opportunity that, because I mean, you know, again, this is something I'm kind of interested in somewhat within the show. Again, yeah, sorry.
Thought you weren't interested in anything in the show.
No. But yeah, it's kind of like they just don't seem to be good for fucking anything, really. Like in Secret of My Excess, they just like Spike just like giant Spike obviously just holds up the fucking water tower, and they don't even attempt to avoid it. They just fly,
Fly right into it.
Yeah, they just fly right into it. Like they are clearly going at a pace as well because they make fucking dents in the other side of it with their faces. And then he just sticks them into the mountain and they can't escape. It's just like, man, have the Wonderbolts ever actually fucking demonstrated like a high level of competency? Because I cannot recall any time that they have.
You know what? This
So
actually
the movie is no exception.
This fits my headcanon because now I understand why Rainbow Dash wants to be with them.
Just matching levels of garbage.
They make her look smarter by comparison.
Yeah, it's like we go fast, but we do not think.
And Rainbow Dash goes even faster and sometimes thinks. That's
Yeah.
It's very fitting.
very impressive.
I remember thinking of I mean, I guess you call. I mean, it's not really useless, but it just comes under the thing of side characters that kind of get a little bit over ignored. But I remember seeing something about there was like someone made a joke comic about what Starlight and Trixie were doing during the invasion, and it was quite funny, but it felt like it would actually genuinely be viable as to why they were captured or whatever.
They weren't doing
just
anything.
something like, yeah, like Starlight was just like making a joke of all the guards, and then like or something, and then they got captured, which was quite funny.
Probably something that
Yeah,
you have to see. If you find it, I'll put overlay on the podcast.
yeah, I haven't. I'll see if I can find it for you.
Now I've got like 4 things I need to do, so you know. Thanks a lot, guys.
Keep
Fucking hell.
keep
No
giving
more
him
referencing
to
images.
reference.
Just it's banned from this point out. All right.
Yeah.
At this point, we're making our own movie.
Heath did mention something. He said that they initially planned to show Discord at the end and just say, "Hey guys, my vacation was great. What did I miss?" But they cut it out because of time constraints. I don't know if that's legit or not, but that would have been funny if it wasn't.
Yeah, no, that would have been funny.
That would have been pretty good.
I just wish, there's a lot.
Rip that, I guess.
The movie was good, but it could have been a lot greater with extra time, like 2 hours or something.
Yeah, no,
even
I
like
think
an extra
they-
15 minutes.
Yeah,
Even like an extra 15 minutes, yeah, they could have fit in a lot more.
They could have
yeah. I
made
think
Fluttershy
overall
relevant.
thoughts of the movie, yeah, it's just if it had just been a little bit longer. You know, I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's just if it had just been a little bit longer. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like it's
like
currently at like
some-
80%, but with like 5 or 10 more minutes, it could have been 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say that I still think it's better for them to not have enough time for everything than have a movie that drags on, though.
Oh yeah, no, that's also a thing that they would have wanted to try and balance it between.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because
And it's
obviously a
true,
movie
but-
that drags on too long is arguably possibly worse.
Yeah, it ruins a movie when it like drags on. Like it could be better if it's not long enough and it's missing out on some stuff, but it's still good. But if it drags on, it like just ruins the quality of the movie because you're just remembering all these
Yeah.
really shit scenes. And for the most part, this movie didn't really have any scenes or anything that felt like, wow, why the fuck is this even here?
No, it didn't. It didn't. That is true. But I think we're
Other
all
than
still
that goddamn
a
sniper.
way off from it dragging on. Like, they could have safely extended it by a bit
Yeah.
without it dragging on.
I mean, yeah, it's like there's always a risk of it becoming, like, this is just filler. Why is this here? But it's, proportionally lower the shorter a movie is. And then I suppose in a way it's like, kids' movies always have to be 90 minutes. We can't keep children entertained for any longer than that. And I really don't know why that's become common in big budget children's movies. But,
Yeah,
Just
I
because
mean-
they found that kids usually only pay attention for that long.
yeah, I mean, it's
I watched
understandable.
like
I
Lord of the
suppose-
Rings when
yeah.
it came out when I was a kid. And I
All
still
right,
thought
well
it was
you're an outlier then because most kids can't pay attention for that long. At least the intended age range.
Yeah, I
had
mean,
swords
this
and
is
stuff. It
like,
was great.
yeah, it's
It's
pretty young kids that the movie's targeted for, I guess. So
Like that's pretty much everything I had on the movie. To be honest, I think we've talked about quite a wide
I
range
think we
of things
covered it
about
pretty
it now.
thoroughly. Yeah.
Does Wob have anything he wants to add?
Not really.
You feel pretty happy with what we've done so far. All right. Well, if no one has anything else they want to say, Wob, can you summarize this podcast in a sentence?
The best.
I agree with that.
That is a
Yes.
good summary. All right. Well, if we're all happy to end it here. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll catch you next time, hopefully.